and why Episode 7 marks the point of no return for humanity itself. What happens when the world ends, and the only person still fighting for it is the one everyone refuses to listen to? What happens when survival becomes a negotiation, and the humans decide the aliens are easier to deal with than their own species? Episode 7 of Pluribus isn't loud, explosive, or action-heavy. It's quiet, unsettling, and honestly, it might be the most important episode of the series so far, because this is the exact moment Carol crosses a line she can never come back from, and the show reveals the true shape of the endgame. Today, we're breaking down the emotional collapse of Carol, the rise of Manousos as the show's secret weapon, the hive mind's hidden strategy, and why Episode 7 marks the point of no return for humanity itself. Let's get into it. Section 1, Carol Visits the World, a one-woman breakdown. Episode 7 opens with a haunting kind of silence, the kind that feels like the world has already accepted its fate. Carol, meanwhile, is stuck in the same loop she's been spinning in for weeks. The hive mind beat her to her own big discovery. Her friends held secret meetings without her, and now she's basically arguing with drones about the temperature of her Gatorade. It's absurd, it's sad, and it's exactly what Vince Gilligan wanted. Because this whole season has been a psychological study of what denial looks like when it calcifies into personality. Most viewers call Carol annoying, entitled selfish. But here's the uncomfortable truth. People like Carol exist everywhere. People who freeze during crises. People who complain instead of acting. People who want the world to stay the same. Even if the world is already gone, Carol is the embodiment of the human flaw the aliens are exploiting, the refusal to adapt. And Episode 7 is her breaking point. Not because she's weak, but because she's finally out of stories to tell herself. Section 2, the immune community has moved on. One of the most chilling details in this episode isn't the hive mind. It's the immune group. These people have gone from scared survivors to eager diplomats in record time. They've reached the acceptance stage so fast it's almost disturbing. They're now working with the aliens. Not out of hope, but out of exhaustion. Humans will choose comfort over freedom every single time. And Episode 7 makes that painfully clear. Carol refuses to join them, and that's why she's isolated. Not because she's wrong, necessarily, but because she refuses to compromise. And the rest of the group? They want peace, even if it means surrendering humanity's future. That's the real betrayal of Episode 7. Section 3, why Carol compares herself to Kumba. One of the most fascinating parts of this episode is Carol's sudden obsession with Kumba Diabate, the smooth-talking, easy-smiling Vegas survivor who's become the poster child for thriving in the apocalypse. Carol thinks, why does everyone like him and not me? She's not wrong to wonder. Kumba embraced the new world. He adapted instantly. He made life luxurious again. Art on the walls, expensive cars, peace with the aliens. Carol, meanwhile, clings to the old world like it's a lifeboat. But here's the hidden clue the show drops. Kumba didn't just adapt, he surrendered. And the hive mind rewards surrender. Carol senses this. And for the first time, she wonders if she should become more like him. This is how people join cults, not through belief, but through loneliness. Section 4. Meanwhile, Manousos becomes the unsung hero. While Carol's emotional life is spiraling, Manousos is undertaking a biblical-level journey to reach her. Learning English on the road, sleeping in nature, practicing speeches, healing his own stab wound with a glowing machete like a medieval warrior. Manousos is the exact opposite of Carol in every way. Where she avoids, he confronts. Where she grieves, he acts. Where she hides, he walks straight into danger. And Episode 7 gives him one of the best scenes in the entire series so far. His first meeting with the hive mind. You cannot give me everything, he says, because everything you have is stolen.
Nada en este planeta es de ustedes.
That line is so powerful it deserves to be engraved somewhere. And as he turns and walks away, the hive mind does something shocking. They don't punish him. Instead, they help him. But why? Section 5, why the hive mind saves Manousos, theory. This is one of the biggest clues of the episode, and most people missed it. The hive mind swoops in on a helicopter to rescue Manousos as he bleeds out in the forest. Why save someone who just insulted you? Why protect someone who opposes you? Theory 1, they need him. Manousos might possess something the hive mind desperately wants. Courage, leadership, human emotional intelligence. They don't understand him, and that fascinates them. Theory 2, he's essential to reaching Carol. Manousos is the only person Carol will listen to. The hive mind may see an opportunity to manipulate her through him. Theory 3, he is immune in a unique way. What if his biology matters more than they're letting on? His survival feels too convenient to be coincidence. Gilligan doesn't do coincidences. Section 6, Carol hits rock bottom. Now we circle back to Carol. All episode long, she's drifting, trying to distract herself, requesting pointless items via alien delivery, staring at empty streets. And then she breaks. No big speech. No clever twist. Just come back painted on the pavement. A plea. A cry. A final surrender to loneliness. When Zosha arrives and silently hugs Carol, the entire episode suddenly becomes clear. Humans don't need answers. They need each other. This moment lands so hard because it's silent. The whole episode barely has dialogue. It's as if the world itself has stopped speaking. Planet Earth has gone quiet. And Carol is finally realizing that no amount of denial will bring the old world back. This is her point of no return. Section 7, what Episode 7 is really about. Episode 7 is not about aliens, not about the virus, not about survival logistics. It's about isolation, denial, loneliness, human fragility. The grief of losing your world. Carol's grieving the death of everything she ever knew. Manousos is fighting to preserve what little hope remains. And the hive mind is learning how to manipulate both of them. This episode is the emotional reset, the moment the show says, from here on out, nothing goes back to normal. Section 8, hidden clues you may have missed. 1. The silence is intentional. This is the quietest episode of the season. Dialogue is sparse. The world feels empty. This is the first sign the hive mind's influence is spreading. 2. The Chuga palm tree wound is symbolic. Manousos is literally stabbed by nature, a reminder that Earth itself is not safe. The planet has changed, not just the aliens. 3. Carol's comeback message is a mirror. She painted the same plea humanity is silently screaming to the universe. Come back to how things were. Come back to normal. But nothing is coming back. 4. The hive mind helicopter rescue proves they're watching everything. Manousos thought he was alone. He wasn't. Nobody is. 5. The Gatorade moment matters. The aliens gave her the wrong temperature drink on purpose. They're testing her, studying her. Psychological pressure. Section 9, what's next for Carol and Manousos theory? Here's where everything might be headed. Manousos will arrive as the emotional anchor Carol desperately needs. He may end up pulling her out of her depression or into a final confrontation. The hive mind wants Carol for something. Not because she's useful, but because she's unpredictable. Carol and Manousos may become the final resistance. Not soldiers, not leaders, just two broken people who refuse to surrender. Yet Kumba's role isn't finished. People who embrace the new world too quickly usually pay a price in Gilligan stories. Episode 8 will push Carol from depression into revelation. She will either wake up or collapse completely. Either way, the Carol we knew before Episode 7 is gone. Pluribus Episode 7 isn't flashy. It's not thrilling in the usual sense. But it quietly delivers the most important shift in the story so far. The world is ending not because of aliens, but because humans are tired. And in that exhaustion, the hive mind wins. Carol's denial, Manousos' determination, the community's surrender, the silence, the loneliness, all of it paints one message. Humanity doesn't fall with a bang, it falls with a whisper. But because she's unpredictable, is that whisper. Carol and Manousos may become the final resistance. What if I told you the biggest twist in Pluribus Episode 7? Just two broke. Wasn't Carol's breakdown. Wasn't the silence across the entire episode. But the moment the hive man, the enemy we thought wanted humanity wiped out,